All right, listen, before I even start this, okay, block out 10 minutes or something to watch this entire video. And all you anxious overachievers, you know, the ones who just want to check things off your list, okay? Trust me, sit back for a second and watch the entire video. It's imperative that you not only reflect on the monumental steps that you've just taken, but that you also, prepare for what's about to come, right? What an eventful and productive 4 weeks. Pat yourself on the damn back. There's still a lot of work to do, right? But you've officially laid an amazing foundation. And regardless of where you feel, maybe you feel like you have more traction than you thought you would have, and maybe you feel like you would have less, or that you have less. And who knows, maybe you just skip to the end to watch this video hoping that you could somehow cheat the system. If that's the case, get your ass back to week 1. Give up for the rest of you, regardless of how you feel at this point. Let's take a second to talk about the foundation that you've just set. Okay, the main purpose of a foundation is to support the building, right? Or in this case, the business. And that being said, okay, the foundation of a building or a business, right, is far more than just, a standing stone. A good foundation will also help prevent future issues that could potentially, undermine the integrity of the structure. That's the purpose of what you just went through. And that's the purpose of what we're about to talk about today. Okay, so let's think of the building blocks that you just put in place. First, your definite purpose. One of, if not the most important building blocks that you have is your definite purpose, your aim, right? Kelly McGonigal has this book called The Upside of Stress. And she says that we can better handle discomfort when we can associate it with a goal, right? A purpose or a person that we care about. I have to say, before I ever read a book about mindset or the power of positivity or definite purpose, I watched my mom use all of those things while handling a lot of discomfort to absolutely transform our lives. Thankfully, I had a front row seat as I watched all that play out. I was actually speaking to my mom recently, and she told me that in the beginning, okay, when my parents first split and my dad moved to Western Samoa, just pulling herself out of bed in the morning felt daunting. She said something along the lines of, I found that if I dwelt too far in the future of, how will we ever get through this or that occasion, I would feel such fear that it would debilitate me, right? She said, though, this is key. She said, I soon learned that if I just took little steps at a time, somehow we got through even the most daunting occasions and events in life. And what a monumental statement. First, I can't even imagine how mentally and physically exhausted she, had to have been at times, but if she was, I never knew it. She didn't just put one foot in front of the other. She did it with a smile. In the darkest, loneliest, most difficult time of her life, she found a way to happily put one foot in front of the other. And when she said when she couldn't do it for herself, she did it for her kids, which was her definite purpose. The significance of what I just laid out for you and what my mom laid out for me is monumental. Having a front row seat to learn from that turned what could have been one of my biggest disadvantages into what I truly feel my greatest advantage. She taught me a bunch, but she taught me how to work hard, right? She taught me that in order to change your situation, we have to be disciplined, determined, happy, positive, hopeful, right? She taught me to find the humor in anything and everything because she would always say, humor breeds happiness, happiness breeds positivity, and positivity breeds success. I'm grateful for that. She also taught me that a current situation doesn't define you, right? But how you decide to better that situation will absolutely define you. So she also taught me, and this is key, one of the most important success principles in existence, and that's this. When your current perspective is causing debilitating fear or anything like it, we have to change our perspective to something that does just the opposite of that, right? To something that makes us smile, something that motivates us, something that's greater than ourselves, right? We have to remember our definite purpose. Then we have to put one foot in front of the other. Most importantly, she taught me that by doing that, we will not only survive, but we'll come out stronger, better, happier, and more fulfilled than we ever were before, and that's the truth. By deciding to do that in the darkest, loneliest, most difficult time of her life, my mom not only bettered her situation, but she bettered really the situations of everyone around her, and that betterment really caused her to be blessed with this youthful energy that is just contagious in the best way possible. The best mom ever, right? And because of how she did, that's a big reason why you can't help but just find joy by being around her. And because of how she bettered the situation, which was fueled by that definite purpose that she defined, right? She will be ever, forever be my hero. Not even a question. How different, I was thinking, how different would my life be if she did nothing, right? And now you know why I felt like it was so important to start with that building block. You also learn how to plan, right? Plan your quarter, plan the week, days, for maximum efficiency. Another critical building block. Next was, building your local teams, right? And understanding how to leverage those team members and leverage those relationships. And then raising money, right? Who can forget last week when you got out of your comfort zones and started building relationships with private money investors? You did that by, perfecting your elevator pitch and creating educational content and sending out your first email to potential investors. This building block, that building block, right? It's one that can never get too big or too strong. And then, we wrapped it up this week, with operating partners and the momentum, that can be created by them by leveraging operating partners and dialing in our networking skills. Damn it, it's a good foundation. Okay, but don't think for a second that I forgot about the most important building block within the entire foundational series, which is our mindset. Okay, building a business is not an easy task. It takes a humongous amount of effort. The meticulously conceived and well-executed approach that you just completed can certainly help, you on your path to success. Obviously, having a plan is important, having a vision is important, having the right infrastructure in place is important. All those things are important, right? But strong foundations are more than these, just big picture strategies. Strong foundations are about a mindset. And your mindset has been and will continue to be the most important foundational piece of your success. With the proper mindset, our foundation will be, able to weather ups and downs and twists and turns that will inevitably, present themselves. In other words, okay, the strength of your foundation will never be based upon, the other building blocks that we just mentioned. And yes, those are obviously very important, right? But your foundation, for our foundation to be unshakable, we need a solid mindset. Some of you, have already started that, mindset coaching with Dallas Pruitt, and you're starting to understand exactly why I pay that dude to coach me. Mindset is the X factor, right? And growth doesn't happen by luck; it's strategic. So listen, whether you feel that you have more traction than you thought, or more traction than you thought you would, or you feel like you have less, the mindset is still the same, which is forward, right? So with that in mind, I want to leave you with another word, which is Kaizen. Kaizen might not be a Hawaiian word, okay? It's still extremely powerful. Kaizen is a Japanese term meaning change for better, or continuous and never-ending improvement. Kaizen is built on the philosophy that everything can be improved and should be improved, everything. And just understand, the higher the skyscraper that you want to build, right? The stronger the foundations that you leave. In other words, the more ambitious the goal, the more we will need to continually change for the better, right? Without Kaizen, without that strong mental foundation, the skyscraper or the business, right, will eventually collapse, right? Also, this is key. If you want to lay, a good, strong foundation, you have to dig first. You have to dig deep, right? And while doing it, you got to clean out all the shit. We talk about all that mental, cognitive shit, fears, limiting beliefs, negativity, bad habits. Dallas, helps me continually clean that shit out so that I can continually improve. And remember this too, even after we set an amazingly strong foundation, there is always going to be new challenges, new setbacks, new obstacles, right? New ways to do things that will, require us to learn and to grow. And so Kaizen is about embracing that journey and finding joy in every step along the way. We have to continually improve ourselves. And when we struggle or, find ourselves dwelling too much in the future, wondering, how X, Y, Z will ever happen, just remember to take a breath, remember your definite purpose, and focus on taking that next step, okay? Aloha, nui loa, all my love, okay?